if you get to the point where, you're finding that you're not wanting it as frequently as your partner, and then you start to just go with the flow and do it for them, for their satisfaction, and you're not getting anything out of it, your body is, basically shutting down to any pleasure down the road, because it's just saying like, oh, this is happening. This isn't what I'm enjoying. I'm not in this,
Yeah. You're teaching yourself to disconnect in those moments.
Yeah.
Those neurons are firing and connecting where we don't really want them to connect.
Mm-hmm.
We want to, we want to connect in a positive way.
Welcome to Intimacy Evolution with Brianna and Mark Carey, where they discuss desire, intimacy, and how to embrace the changes within your relationship. Intimacy evolves over time, and that's okay. Let's talk about it. Hello, welcome back to Intimacy Evolution. So today we're going to talk about something that I have been noticing. Well, we've kind of been skirting around it in like previous episodes, but I feel like we just need to like name it and talk about it. And this is something that Mark and I have talked about, this past week, because I am on this app called Peanut, and it is like an app for moms to make mom friends, to learn stuff, to create community. And so I have a group on this app for women to join where we discuss intimacy, relationships, and things like that. And a big thing that I notice in there is women that are expressing concern / guilt / like, they're like, I just don't want to have sex.
Yeah.
My partner wants sex all the time. Or at least to them, it seems like all the time.
Yeah,
because
exactly.
they don't want to have sex, right? So, of course, it's going to seem exaggerated perception. And so that got us talking this week about this thing called desire discrepancy.
Yeah. So, this is essentially the amount of desired sex one has compared to the amount of sex they actually have.
Mm-hmm.
And so this could be for anybody. This could be single as well as married, couple.
Partnered.
Yeah, partnered. Any of the above.
Mm-hmm.
And, there's a number of statistics out there about it. Some say that roughly 42% of women are experiencing something like this, and roughly 54% of men. Or another stat that's out there is about 80% of couples are impacted by this.
Yeah.
And so that's a huge number.
Yeah.
And like you said, we've talked about a number of skills through some of our podcasts, and they all kind of get back to this idea of desire discrepancy, or connecting or realigning, or however you'd want to put that.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So we just kind of wanted to give it a name. So that way it's, just bringing awareness, and maybe it can be a little bit easier to have the conversations too. And so, forgot to turn off my notifications.
You cute.
Thanks.
So,
well, yeah, where were we?
That's all right. So there, couples that are doing really well, they only report about 15 to 20% of desired discrepancy. When they have, high sexual satisfaction. So a smaller percentage versus people who have a low sexual satisfaction are somewhere from 50 to 70%. In the what am I trying to say here?
Total relationship satisfaction or
Yes,
lack
there
thereof
we go.
because of that lack of sexual satisfaction.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which I had a thought and then I had to jump in to help you, and now my thought left. It will come back.
I'm getting blamed for
No,
something.
you're not. Oh goodness, I was going somewhere.
Just keep talking.
Mm-hmm.
It'll happen.
Yeah, this happens a lot. It's fine. Oh, okay. So what I was going to reference is, the top 2 reasons stated for divorces are finances and lack of intimacy.
Yeah, or better yet, desire discrepancy.
It's desire discrepancy. Yeah. And so bringing awareness to this so we can have the conversation about what this is, and then you can start implementing the other things that we've talked about in past podcasts, right?
There you go.
And so one partner has a higher desire for sex. The other partner is not matching, and that is always going to be happening. You will never match 100%, and you will, and then you most likely will flip-flop. Sometimes, the one that has a higher sex drive right now and like sex more often, life's going to happen, work, stressors, health, whatever. That's going to switch at some point in the relationship. And so how do you navigate that as well? Just being prepared, I think is one thing, and knowing that, again, in relationships, it ebbs and flows.
Yeah.
So,
well, and Dan Siegel, famous psychologist, studies the brain a bunch, says, name it to tame it. So once you put a name on it and you can talk about it, you can make improvements. And so there you go.
Yeah.
So you kind of hit on some things there, factors that cause desire discrepancy. I heard you mention stress, other things going on in life, health, biology, hormones, changes there. Let's see, medications, of course.
My gosh, yes.
Certain medications we're on. Any what would it be called?
Trauma.
Yeah, no, I was going with medications still.
Medications.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Trauma.
Yeah. Well, so depression, anxiety meds, diabetic medication, heart medications. There are many that affect libido.
Yeah. And I wasn't just going for libido. I was talking about
like a minion over there.
Yeah, that is true. Anyways, I don't have the reference point for it.
That's okay.
It's like cough and cold medicine. It dries up mucus.
Antihistamines.
Yeah.
Cough suppressants. Yeah, because it dries up your mucous membranes.
Dries
Not just
up
your nose.
Nope, dries up a lot of things.
All the things.
So,
yeah.
Anyways,
that's where you're going with it.
Yes, I just couldn't think of it. It's probably on my mind because our daughter is kind of
has a cough,
snotty
right
and gross. So
yeah,
as kids do when they go to school. So anywho, tangent.
Yep.
The other big thing that goes with trauma is your own relationship with your body. And so dropping into your body and all this other stuff.
Yes. And that brings me to another thing that I've noticed with this group of women in my peanut group is they say, and this is with my clients that I've talked to and just women in general, but I've really been focused on this group this week because it's really kind of blown up and I was just like, whoa. But women just getting through it, to check it off the list, to satisfy their partner, to, one that I'm recalling off the top of my head right now, she's currently pregnant and, first trimester is not always the best.
No, it's
for
second.
Sex.
It's second, guys. Everybody.
Hormones changing, breast enlarging, sore, tender nipples. her partner really enjoys nipples play with her, and she said that doesn't feel good. He doesn't understand why and continues to do it. So she says, I just get through it.
Oh.
There's a lot of issues with that. And one being with women, we tend to disassociate. When we are not into it, we're doing it for somebody else. We're taking ourselves out of the experience, out of our body.
Mm-hmm.
And that can lead to a whole plethora of issues.
Disconnection.
Yeah. So not just disconnection from yourself, but then your partner feels that disconnect as well.
Or they don't, and they ask the question, was that good for you? And you go, no.
Yeah.
But no. Yeah, I mean, we want sex to be connective.
Mm-hmm.
And that is not what's happening there.
Yeah, and it's meant to be enjoyable. And so if you get to the point where, you know, you're finding that you're not wanting it as frequently as your partner, and then you start to just go with the flow and do it for them, for their satisfaction, and you're not getting anything out of it, your body is, I mean, basically shutting down to any pleasure down the road, because it's just saying like, oh, this is happening. This isn't what I'm enjoying. I'm not in this, you know?
Yeah. I mean, you're teaching yourself to disconnect in those moments.
Yeah.
You know, those neurons are firing and connecting where we don't really want them to connect.
Mm-hmm.
We want to, we want to connect in a positive way, in an enjoyable space, and a fun, and yeah. So,
so instead of or if you notice that you get to that point, this is where the conversation needs to be had about this discrepancy. Hey, I notice that you're, definitely at a higher point right now than I am. Here's what's going on with me. Talk about your body, your medications, where you are mentally, emotionally, and start to have the conversation about how much you would like. And then you can start a kind of a negotiation or a compromise, of what would feel good for both of you. How would you both feel satisfied?
Yeah.
So you can maintain that positive association.
Well, and what many people have found, myself, you, talking to people,
Mm-hmm.
They'll bring this up, but then you'll ask, hey, have you talked to your partner about this? And the answer is no.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, it's just more often than not, people aren't talking about it.
Yeah.
They're holding it in. They're thinking it's, I don't know, that it's
a burden almost.
Yeah. And they don't feel comfortable being vulnerable with it, or, any of that. And I think there's another kind of pitfall that comes up sometimes. And that's when we get in this rut of, one person being the pursuer.
Mm-hmm.
I talk all the time. If you're in conflict and you want to leave the conversation, you don't just run. Mm-hmm. Because what happens is the other person chases you. You have to turn back to that person and said, I'm having a hard time. I need a minute. Yeah. I'll be back and we'll finish this conversation. Then I can leave and you're not going to chase me.
Yeah.
But when it comes to sex, there is a pursuer. Mm-hmm. And then often what happens is the person that's not into it puts distance. Mm-hmm. They're the distancer. I'm not into it right now. So how can I gently, it's done through love. It's done through care. How can I gently distance myself so that they don't pursue me? Mm-hmm. Well, then they just pursue more, harder, that type of thing. And so we have to turn to our partners and have a conversation, or they're going to be chasing us everywhere.
Yeah. And then it's exhausting for both partners.
Yes. And
because the one partner, like, I'm telling them I'm interested. Why aren't they responding? And then the other one's like, I'm trying to like put distance between us. Why aren't they understanding what I'm, but there's no actual communication.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. So I don't know if there was anything else you wanted to go with there, but I was thinking about a personal story.
Okay.
A friend and I often joke like, yeah, we would enjoy sex anytime,
Mm-hmm.
but not at the cost of our partners being disconnected. You know, I have no interest with you just laying there. No, that does not sound fun to me either.
No.
So, I think the idea is that both people are into it.
Yeah, for sure.
So, sex is fun. We want to make it fun. And so you just think about the things that people find fun, or even, if we want to go back and play, kids, right? What do they think is fun? Music. Dance parties. Yes. Our kids love dance parties. Sensation play, any goopy, squishy, anything that's tactile, they like to play with. And as adults, that
no squishy stuff.
No, I mean, parts of the body's tactile, I can rub on you and it feels good, and it's a very similar thing.
Yeah, but you're
roll
talking
Play-Doh, I don't know.
Oh, well, I don't know.
Yeah.
Cool.
Not on
what just
you.
came
Come
to
on.
mind though? You said Play. Oh, not on you. Oh.
Yeah. I mean, sure. Food's fun. Food on the body? I don't know.
Just not near the vagina.
Yeah, no.
Keep food away from the vagina, please.
Smells, just anything.
That's a weird segue.
Yeah, it kind of was. You're on your own thing. I was still going on this one.
Yeah.
We just met in a very interesting place.
Yeah, smells, candles, lotions, like different things like that.
Toys, vibrators. But part of the play is things we talked about before: knowing your sexual blueprint. How does your partner like to play? How do you like to play? All the things,
or even approaching them. Too. If you're sexual with a high sex drive, right? You can just have sex anytime, and you keep coming to your partner who is a sensual or an energetic, right? And the energy is all off. It's not going to happen,
Yeah.
So find that way to communicate.
Definitely the communication. And then, again, it comes back to how important self-pleasure practices are, to wire that brain, to know what you like, to be able to communicate, to reduce feelings of shame, all this stuff that comes back to closing that gap.
Yeah.
And
and I say this at my parties, it's true. If you don't use it, you lose it. If you don't have sex, your brain will forget about it, and your body is fine not having it anymore until you have it. And then you're like, why have I been depriving myself of this for so long? I do enjoy this. But it's true. If you don't do it, you forget about it. Your body forgets about it because it's not needed anymore.
Yeah. Or even worse, clitoral atrophy. Stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it is very, very important for, relationship, but also health, and with yourself, the self-pleasure practice is so important for mental, emotional care as well as the physical.
Definitely. Yeah. And you said something about health, and there's so many great health benefits, to sex, to orgasms, to connection. Orgasms, in sex increase testosterone levels, which is increased desire for more. And it just, like you said, it just kind of repeats on itself. The more you do it, the more it happens.
Yeah. And no, I'm not saying, again, because we're talking about this, don't force yourself to do something. And if it's been a while since you and your partner have been intimate, it's okay to revert to your self-pleasure practice and get reacquainted with those sensations with yourself first. And and start building up that excitement, and then you can start introducing or, reintroducing sex with your partner. And then having that conversation of how many times and things like that. So,
yeah. So, and it comes back to other things, we can hit on our other podcasts of scheduled sex and board meetings to talk and all that other stuff.
Yeah,
it all comes together.
All comes together. And so this was just kind of what we've been tiptoeing around, but not really tiptoeing around,
not intentionally.
Not intentionally.
Yeah.
But this is what it is. It's desire discrepancy. It has a name. Now you can talk about it. And hopefully this was helpful. Just to have that awareness of what it is and where you can go from there. And if you ever find yourself with more questions or needing somebody to talk to, reach out to us. Our contact is in the show notes. Instagram is always a great place to find us. And so, we're here to help. And if that's something that you are experiencing in a partnership, we can help you with that as well. So
yes. Bri's trying to teach me Instagram, so it's a challenge.
I cannot even. Your boomerang.
Oh, get out of town. Don't listen to anything she says.
I have to tell him now. I have to tell him. It was so cute. I saw he's kind of cringing right now. I do this because it's just so adorable.
Well, yeah, but I don't feel as though you're going to tell the story correctly.
Oh.
According to me.
According to you. It's my perception. And it was cute. But I see him moving his phone like back and forth between a couple of things. And I'm like, oh, are you doing a boomerang? And he's like, yeah, but I'm doing it old school. And I'm just moving the phone myself because I don't know how to.
That's kind of it.
Okay.
So
I got it.
Kind of.
Okay.
It wasn't because I didn't know how. It was because I didn't want to take the time to do it. And I was already in the process of doing something else. Okay. So I just made it work,
Made it work, yeah. It was old school boomerang. Sometimes
when you're in the midst of things, you just have to make it work.
Yeah. Yeah, so Mark's learning Instagram.
Bri's making fun of me. It's okay.
I'm still learning Instagram. There's things that pop up on there. I'm like, what is this? Like, It's
because they're changing it all the time.
Every day. Everything's always changing. But anywho, that's another topic for another time. So, all right, guys. Have a wonderful week. We'll see you back here next week.
Alrighty. Bye.
Bye. Thank you so much for tuning in. We hope you enjoyed the show. Make sure to hit that subscribe button so you never miss an episode, and we'll see you next week.